Hello and welcome to Casual Buddhism. I'm Cindy Rasicot, your host, and I'm joined as I am every week with Venerable Dhammananda Pikani from Thailand. She is the first fully ordained Theravada Buddhist nun in Thailand. And as we have every week, we have a guest, and Wendy's already talked a little bit about her formulation of her question, but I'm going to let her continue and go ahead and get started here.
Okay, again, thank you so much for inviting me to participate. It's a great honor to be with both of you. And, in thinking about the conversation for this evening, of course, my mind was going wild. And I really what I'm focusing on at this point in my life is trying to see if I'm actually doing enough in my life, if I'm actually on my path. I keep thinking I should be finding something or defining it. I've been a therapist and a counselor and in service a lot during my life, and retired about 6 years ago. And so I just keep wondering if I'm doing enough. And kind of part of all that, just in these uncertain times, is really exploring how I can stay present and grounded with the tumult, with the chaos and all the negativity that is happening in our world. So I think they kind of feed into each other. But I find these very challenging times.
Yes.
And I want to make a difference.
Yeah, you talk about the need to focus on your inner healing. So much work that you have done, so much engagement with people that you have done previously. It seems as though there are two worlds, you trying out to help others, that kind of worlds, so to say. But if we go back to basic, the person whom you are helping, the person whom you are healing, and you is basically the same. If we go back like that, it's basically the same. So there is, in the higher level of practice, there is no one who heals and there is no one who is being healed. Mm-hmm. So the practice should be able to allow you to experience that oneness. So once you get to that level, then there is no inner healing or outer healing. Mm-hmm. Just simply healing. You take down the wall of I am healing. They are being healed. That wall somehow collapses. And there is just simply that presence of healing.
There's no separation.
Well, whether I talk sense to you.
Does it make sense to you, Wendy?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes. Yeah, there's no separation between the healer and the healed. We're all in it together.
Yes, and when we talk about cases of victims, and then you mentioned about person who caused the harm, between these two, the victims who were being exploited, who were being raped, whatever, and the one who caused the harm, to me, the one who caused the harm is the one need help than the victims, at a deeper level of karmic cycle. The one who caused the harm is a person who needs help more than the one who is victims. You get what I mean? Because
my internet connection kind of went nutty there for a minute. Sorry.
So I repeat again. The person who caused the harm is someone that need help from you more than the actual victims. Mm-hmm. because in this karmic theory, we would say that the victims are the one who spend out their karma, what you call the energy of the previous karma. But the one who actually is causing the harm is causing a new karma. Yeah. So go to the level of experience when you can really experience that there is no wall between the one you are helping and you as the helper. So this can be your practice. Can be your practice.
Mhm. Well, I have to say that, the moments in my life in doing that kind of work that were the most meaningful and powerful to me were when the victim and their family and the offender and their family and support people could really see each other and experience each other. Like I had a case several times where a family, like the mother of the victim, this was a young man who had been stabbed by another young man who was having a mental breakdown. But, as the families were talking in the course of the hour and a half that we were sitting in circle together, the mother said, "We are the same.
Oh, yes.
We are one."
Yes.
And, she was a Spanish speaking person, but she said, "We are the same. We are one," to the other family. And it gives me goosebumps even right now to say that,
yes.
because
Yes.
that was it exactly. It's like to help everybody see each other and that we're not opposites. We are one. We are the same.
Yes. Yes. When you are able to help them up to that level, it is a blessing. It is a blessing that you actually help them to come to that situation, to come to that level of understanding. But that level of understanding, it will be deeper if it is the level of feeling. Yeah, the level of feeling, because feeling is deeper than thinking.
Absolutely.
They just come forward and they share the same feeling.
Yeah, it's a feeling that, I could feel it's just in my heart. It's just like, wow, everybody's hearts are like wide open.
Yes.
And to come into the room feeling possibly even, well, certainly suspicion and fear,
Yes.
but sometimes also real anger and hatred. And to feel that going away and people's hearts opening to one another, it's just, those again were my own personal peak experiences. That's like, wow, that's what this is all about. So it's like now, it's like, okay, how do I do that now when I'm not specifically doing that work?
Yes.
Outwardly.
In Hinduism, when you have done something, you feel that you are successful about it, and then it might cause you to be this, you are kind of, the sense of I, me, my mind seems to be higher. Then they say, offer that success to God. Even that supposedly winning situation or successful achievement, that also does not belong to you. It belongs to God. So this is the Hindu practice. But to me, I thought that's very wonderful. Very wonderful. Otherwise, we tend to cling on to this. It was my success, to be able to create this space so that the two families can come to this, sharing the same oneness. So that also has to be given up.
Yes.
Yes, and that is really growing up in your work.
Going up
in your work. You know, that is the real sense of growing up, spiritually
Yes.
growing up
Yes,
in your
growing
work.
up.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's a more mature, if you will.
Yes.
It's more of a growth to move beyond me and
Yes.
mine.
Yes.
You know, and honestly, I have to say, when I have those experiences and when I feel my heart open with you, which I do when I'm with you, I mean, it feels like it's more than me. It's like there is something moving through me, through
Yeah.
you,
Yes.
through all of us, that is just indescribable and way bigger than
Yes.
any one of us as an individual.
Yes. Yes. So even while talking about it, we actually re-experiencing again,
Yes.
re-experiencing again together.
Yes.
That I think when Cindy, this is the beauty of your program. You know, often we have this real closeness, yet at the same time wholeness of the speakers. I mean, on both sides. You know, on both sides. Often it happened in this program.
Mhm. Yes, the sense of connection.
Yes.
I just want to say, Wendy, that I can identify with you because, you know, I was thinking today that with your question, I was thinking today of when I was walking with two women who were very active in social service and doing work. And I thought to myself, now at this point in my life, where am I contributing? What am I doing? And I think what we are doing is growing and maturing within ourselves and finding this opening. Then I can't help but think about your new, I'm sorry, is a granddaughter or grandson?
Grandson.
Grandson, excuse me.
Yes.
That this is a prime example of where that incredible opening of heart can happen. I
Yes.
mean, if we can live it out with our family and with our friends, aren't we in fact, if that feeling of no separateness, aren't we in fact creating something meaningful in the world? That's a question, but I think we are.
Yes. I have sensed, you know, that often with the conversation that has been going on in this casual Buddhism for some weeks now, I feel that we are really the lines between the two speakers are diminishing, and more experiences oneness, togetherness, you know, and that's very wonderful space across the globe. You know, what we are doing is across the globe.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is very profound. I mean, it's just amazing to me, you know, that can happen in this way, in
Yes.
this venue. I mean, it's just wow. But Cindy, go ahead.
Particularly, Wendy has many experiences, you know, speaking to different cases of victims and those who have caused harm to others. Particularly with your background, I think it is even much more appreciable, you know, that we can actually have this space. We can share this space.
Yes. And Wendy, were you going to say something?
Well, I was just going to say that, Cindy, you brought up my being a new grandmother, you know, being a grandmother for the first time and having now a 3-month-old grandson. They live in Pennsylvania. I'm in California, so I don't get to see them all the time, but I am going there shortly. But anyway, I have found that I feel like, in a way, I'm being reborn. I kind of feel like that the openness that an infant has to the world, that I can kind of experience that with him, because when I was with him for a month, right, you know, around the time that he was born, back in August and September, and I just found that it felt like time stopped for me. I was in a different dimension.
Mm.
And I liked that. I liked that, because we want to all be in the present moment, of course, but it felt like I actually could just sit. I could sit and hold the baby or watch my daughter nursing him, or watch him with his father, putting him in a pouch and sitting with him at his computer. It's just like it opens up this kind of new appreciation of life and how we start out, that we don't have defenses. I mean, we are open. We are delighted with our world. I see him now and his little hands are just grasping. And it's like, wow, he's exploring the world. He's discovering it all. And I think as adults, as grown-ups, so many layers of protection have developed, over time. And to just see that clear, kind of unsullied experience of self is just amazing.
So the little baby is teaching Dharma to the grandma.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, these are rather short conversations, I'm afraid to say. So we will bring, that was beautiful, by the way, Wendy. Thank you. That it's very exciting what's happening here. I'm glad to see us all joining together. And of course, we're here every week, and we'll have another guest next week. Our guest is Sylvia Borstein.
Ooh, lovely.
Who is an old friend for Venerable.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank everyone for being here, and thank Venerable and Wendy. And it's just been such a pleasure tonight. Thank you both.